Morning, Chris. How are you? How is everybody doing? Let me get myself together here. Come on in, hit the like button. We're going to get started in a few. I think I have a pretty good agenda of things to do today. It's going to be more of me doing, I'll still be talking, but a lot of doing this morning. I'm looking at my space and the weather and got to do whatever. Good morning. Second. Hey, brother, how are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just trying to set up my laptop. That I forgot to do this morning. Good morning, Gwen. Good morning, Shelly. How are you? Let's see. I'm getting myself together this morning. We're getting there. Okay, that's done. Good morning, Gina, Janet Potter. I think I got everybody that came in today. I'm gonna be doing a bit of, good morning, Larry. A bit of transplanting this morning. I'll show you. I showed you guys yesterday what we were going to be transplanting, but it's time. These babies got to come out of the hydroponic system. Good morning, Nisi. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me just switch over to live chat so I can see everybody. So I can see everybody. My laptop, you're in the bushes. That's the way to be. A lot of people have a lot of gardening stuff to do, or just stuff in general to do. So that's what we're doing. But thank you for being here. Everybody come on in and hit the like button. We're going to get started in a few minutes. I just want to get my laptop and everything set up this morning. And we're going to start transplanting stuff out of the hydroponics and getting to what we can get to today. And yeah, it's going to be quite a busy morning. I had quite a busy day too. I tried to do some stuff in the garden after I live streamed yesterday and I was running out of time. Good morning, Patty. How are you this morning? Everybody drop your temperatures in the chat. It was nice all week last week. And then this morning, it's starting to get a little chilly. And we're, I guess, gearing up for the cold that is coming for the next couple days. I don't like it. And I just, yeah, I don't like it. I think it must have rained a little bit last night because it's a little wet outside. Um, so that's my art. Good morning. Listening and up potting. That's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. I got you, hillbilly. So yeah, we're going to do some stuff. And I know that I said I wasn't bringing my plants back inside from outside, but I started thinking about that thing yesterday. I work hard to get these plants, and I'm really not trying to have any weather take them out and start over on certain things. Now I'm trying to figure out if my, what do you call it, my basil will be okay tomorrow. Well, like through the weather overnight, because a frost will kill some basil. And so I'm trying to figure out if I want to start bringing stuff in, but I really don't. I really don't. Um, Doing good, 70 degrees in Virginia. That's nice. 54 currently, and it's supposed to rain. I'm okay with the rain. What I'm not okay with is when it starts getting down to the 30s. I don't want it to kill what I have here. It's cold here in Arkansas. It's been warm all this time, but 44 degrees, high will be 72. I think our high is 58 today. I think. Don't quote me on that. So I think our high is 58 today. We're gonna see what happens. Is all I can say. Um, but yeah, it's just I just need the weather to decide. I know April is always tricky, but I need the weather to decide what it wants to do. Does it want to be hot or does it want to be cold? Because in April, you just never know. Um, so let me just put some stuff up. What I'm trying to do this morning is also not mixed in. I'm upset a little bit. You just planted some peppers and tomatoes yesterday. Is it gonna get cold? That's my art. Hey Chanel, good morning. Let's see, let me pin a comment. Good morning, Chanel. How are you with your weather? Is it cold in Pennsylvania? You are normally a little bit cooler than I am. A little bit cooler than I am. 50s this morning. So I think your peppers are okay in the 50s. It's when it gets to freezing that it's like toast. They will burn up those leaves and the plant has a hard time recovering. Cold all week. Yikes. So that's why I haven't put mine out. And even though mines have been out for like the past weeks, just sitting out there, um, that's what we've been doing. Uh, so yeah, it's just 48 degrees and cloudy. Yeah, it's cloudy here too. I don't like it. Normally, cloudy weather would do something to my mood, but I'm okay today. Let's see. I think I have everything set up. Thank you, Kenneth. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Hey, Tag, how are you? How are you? One poll. So I'm going to do something today that I probably should have did last week during the week, but I didn't, so we're going to do it today. I did not prepare my soil, and we're going to all work through it today. I might have to use my other dock. Don't say the F word. Yeah, it's a dirty word for a gardener, except for when it's greens. How you doing, J3? Good morning. Good morning, Forging. Congratulations to Forging on hitting your 1K subscribers. Good morning, Miss JK. Something's wrong with my coffee cup. Did I close it or did I open it? There you go. So I think I'm going to use both tripods today to make it easier for myself and make it easier for you guys, so that you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So I need to work in this area. I'll show you guys. I think I showed you yesterday, but if you weren't here yesterday, I'll show you today. Almost everything on this top, we're going to transplant. These are mostly all tomatoes. We're going to transplant it into smaller pots so that we can start the hardening off process for these tomato babies. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. But I need to prep my soil, which I'm going to use Pro Mix. So give me 1 second. Let me move y'all real quick. So I'm going to use Pro Mix to up pot. I had the black cow, and for some reason the black cow wanted to act stupid, wanted to act a little shady with me by having some fungus gnats. There we go. So it has some fungus gnats, and I didn't appreciate that very much. So we're moving on to Pro Mix. See, we got it. Put you guys down a little bit. Let me turn this one off. Save some battery this morning. So yeah, I have my Pro Mix here. And this is what we used yesterday too. For those that weren't here yesterday, the flowers that I transplanted look to be doing pretty good. Looks dark on there. See how cloudy it is outside? It's making the whole sun porch look a little dark, even though I have the lights on. So yesterday I made a big mess, so I'm deciding to use a bigger container today. And the bigger container is just going to help me break down or get more of the soil in here, so I don't have to keep refreshing and putting as I'm transplanting. And I'm probably going to put this container on the table when I start. So I'm going to put this in here, water it down, and then I'll come back and talk to you guys a little bit while it does. I know I haven't done my ground rules yet. I tried to let everybody come in and say good morning, but I'm just trying to get a head start. Normally, I would have done this before stream, but I did not. So this is what we're doing this morning. I'll come back and catch up with the chat. This is what we're doing this morning, and I think hopefully this should be enough. put one more scoop in there just in case. So move the Pro Mix over to the side. Grab some water, mix it in. I don't know what I did with my little trowel thing. I'm gonna go back and see what you guys are saying in a minute. So you know that I'm gonna try to moisten the soil like a lot, because for seedlings, it's better that they go into a very moist soil. Where's my trowel? I have one over here. One second, you guys. So we don't want them to have too much shock, so we will make sure that, I'll just open another one. We'll make sure that they go into extra moist soil. I'm gonna start with some peppers that are much bigger first, and I'm gonna let this sit. Let it sit and soak in while I talk to you guys for a minute and show you some of the peppers and what we're gonna do, because we're gonna transition some stuff from the lower tiers, so that I don't gotta keep bending to see what's in each tower. So the stuff that's on the lower tiers, we're gonna put it on the top tiers once we start transplanting stuff. But I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit. Okay? Turn this one back on and focus. So let me show you. Move you again. We're doing a lot of moving around this morning. Let's see. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna transplant first, and I'll show you. We're gonna transplant these peppers first. These we may split some, so they're big. Good morning, the Nichols. I think I said good morning, but good morning, Nisha. Yeah, mosquito bit tea. Yeah, that's outside, and I actually do have some mosquito bits, and I have to do a designated container. So these peppers are gonna come out of this system. These are the flowers that we did yesterday. So they look great. Do I pinch my tops? On the peppers, I do not. I have done it before, and everybody says when you pinch your tops, it makes the bush, the pepper bush or plant, produce more peppers. And here's what I found, right? Because I have pinched tops before, and I have let them grow before. So in my experience with growing peppers, if you pinch out the tops of your pepper bushes, they may stay shorter, but then they branch out a whole lot. But if you don't pinch out the tops, they'll grow up taller and they still branch out. But I haven't noticed the amount of peppers, whether it produces more or less. I don't like it when my pepper plants, because of my space, I don't like it when they grow outward. I like it when they grow upward. So that's why I don't pinch the tops of my peppers out. I hope that makes sense. So good morning, Cece. Let me read back for the chat, because I didn't see what you guys were saying. So Tamiko, did that make sense about pinching out the tops of my peppers? I don't really do it. Oh, I didn't see what y'all say, but thank you, moderators. Okay, thank you. Your tomatoes are getting close to 3 feet tall. That's good. That's good. So I'm just reading back in the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. You told me, yes, Hash, you did tell me that fungus gnats come free with black cow. I still like black cow though, but it's outside and it's okay. Let's see. I don't think I missed anything. Mosquito bit tea. Yep. All right. So, all right. I think I got everybody. Good morning, Chasm. Good morning, Cece. I don't know if I saw you. That's smart. You don't pinch your tops either. I mean, I did it a couple seasons ago, and I did not like how wide my plants got. So I figure I just won't pinch them out again. And it was a good experience when I did it. But for my gardening space, I'm not going to do that again. see. Put stuff up. 12 bags of black cow compost or potting mix. So the potting mix is what had the, and it didn't have it at first. It was just that I left it in the section of the some porch that had fungus gnats. It just did whatever. All right. So I did not do this yet. So I'll do the ground rules or whatever right now, because it looks like the mods had a little bit of trouble this morning. So let's do this, right? Number one, as you come in, please do hit that thumbs up button. Really, really like for everybody to hit the thumbs up button. Really like it. Number two, this is a gardening chat and PG-13. So let us make sure we keep the comments right on topic. Number, I think either 3 or 4. Oh yeah, the compost, I haven't had any problems and it stays outside. So I don't, not that I don't care if it has gnats or not, but I haven't seen any gnats in my compost. And if they are, they're outside and I can't see them and I'm okay with it. So, yeah, so this is an interactive live stream. I do like for people to ask questions and I do like for people to, share their experiences and all those things. That's My Art says, I didn't see the benefits of pinching the top. So supposedly the benefits of pinching out the tops is that it's supposed to produce more peppers. I don't know any benefits of doing that at all. So, you know, I haven't. If you have benefits of pinching out tops, let us know because I don't have any. So those of you that are transplanting, right? And this has happened to me with the brassicas, and I saw on Tag's video it happened to her. What are you doing to prevent your brassicas or anything in your hydroponics from going to seed? Let me know. So I have had brassicas go to seed, but for me, it didn't really make I didn't make a big deal of it because I just, brassicas, the seeds are so small. You have so many of them that the brassicas, I have so many seeds that it really just doesn't matter because like you just plant more seeds, and especially when it's cold outside. But if you want them to go outside, then I can see where it would be like a problem. But I haven't had any problems with anything really going to seed I care about all my plants, but not that I really cared about that much. That was so. Old Hillbilly says, and this is a good joke, maybe someone should try to grow fungus gnats. Vegetables might move in. You never know. I tried growing fungus gnats. The only thing that attracted was organic matter. Listen here. But yeah, fungus gnats, I'm going to use the mosquito bit tea. But my mosquito, so I don't know if it matters. Here's the thing, right? So I don't pinch the tops off. But if I'm not ready to plant my peppers, I will pinch off the little pepper buds from my plants. I had a short on it. I will pinch off the pepper buds because it's not time yet. I don't want them to produce. I want them to focus all their energy into making a stronger plant. So that I will do. I will pinch off the little buds, but I won't top it out, if that makes any sense. And I can actually show you because I have more buds. Did I put them outside? Yeah, they're outside. But I have more buds coming on those pepper plants, and I just simply pinch those off, but I don't top them. So there's a difference between pinching off buds and topping them. So that's one thing. All right. I'm trying to see if this soil is moist enough to get going here. And I'm going to start with you guys with it sitting on the table, trying to get the better view. What was that noise? Oh, okay. All right. So you ready? Got everybody ready to get busy? Let's see how the poll is. Most aren't due for another frost. I'm hoping that we're not, but I do know it's going to get in the 30s. And let me ask you guys this, right? Basil plants. You know how like the frost will kill a basil plant. How many of you guys are leaving your basil plants out? A lot of you have already planted them in. My basil plants are not planting in the garden yet? How many of you are leaving your basil plant out? Okies is in here? I didn't see Okies. If you're in here, good morning, Okies. Good morning to you. All right. And I'm also thinking this is your first time growing peppers from seed. They're growing well and you're excited. Good. So I think it was Gwen helped me discover that my frost covers for the green stalk will spread over two different green stalks if they're right beside each other. And I have the trellises that'll kind of keep the it'll keep the frosting off of the actual plants themselves. So I'm actually thinking that I'm gonna plant out my basil, and then if I see that the weather's gonna get below freezing, which I'm hoping that it's not, if it does that, then I'll put the frost cover over the green stalk because that's where I want to put some today during the stream. I need my space back, which is why. So yeah, so proud of you, Chanel. Yeah, basil are out chilling with the tomatoes. But that's my art. Is it gonna get into the 30s where you are? Oh, hey, did I miss Maureen? Hey, Maureen, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. So yeah, it's so cloudy that it just feels super dark. That's why I keep looking around because I'm like, I know it's morning time. Why is it so dark out? My last frost date has passed already, I think, Shelly. Let me Google it again. I think my last frost date passed. Actually, it's in 2 days. But it keeps moving. It was April 17th before. Now it's saying April 21st. So it keeps moving. You use heavy duty construction garbage bag on your green stalk and it worked? Ah, okay. Gwen, when you had to cover your green stalk? I thought you just planted in it. I could be mistaken. Oh, you were wondering? Good morning, Chad. Good morning, Michael. Welcome in. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna try to see. Let me move my notebook, move everything around so I can fit stuff. Your frost date is around May 11th. Yours was April 7th for your last frost date. Listen here, these frost dates are a problem. So, all right, let's get it. So it's not supposed to drop below freezing, but it's supposed to get to be freezing. And either way, if it gets around freezing, you just never know what the temps are gonna do. So that's why I'm like really talking about it. So, oh, that's kind of heavy. Okay, nice and moist. I gotta grab some gloves. So, we're gonna do some transplanting this morning. Start with the bigger stuff and then work our way through the smaller stuff. And then move stuff around in the hydroponic system. You're just not ready for what's coming. That's my art. I get it. I get it. Me neither. I'm at the point where I just want to plant my stuff outside. I'm sick of hoarding stuff inside. I feel like a plant hoarder. Although I know it's just me taking care of my stuff, I feel like I'm hoarding. Let me grab some gloves. And I want my space back. So we completely shut down 2 hydroponic systems. I have them sitting on the bottom shelf in here. One of which I'm going to start back up with lettuce only. But for now, there's dirt in here. For now, I probably should put my... And I don't think I have enough of these cups, but that's okay. Because I think I have some sitting over on the side. Yeah, I feel like a plant hoarder. Get you a little closer so I can see better. There we go. That's better. So here we go. We're going to start with this system. Hopefully the roots aren't too big. Let me start with filling up some of these first. Did I say hey, Carol? Hey, Carol. So I gave my grandmother my clear cup, so now I'm stuck with some of these. The light is probably, it's the light from that one. I don't think it's my phone. Let me clean y'all off to make sure it's not the phone. It's this light right here. I usually have this turned. Okay. Is that better? A little bit better? I don't know. Is that better? It's probably this light. I don't know. Or where I have the phone. Let's try it this way. No, this way. Or let me try something else. Nope, that didn't. It helped a little bit. Okay. All right. Let me see. Is that better, you guys? Your last frost date was April 1st. Okay. It's low of 53. You bought your strawberry seedlings and you grew from seed. Okay. I'm growing so attached to my plants inside, so now I'm gonna miss when they're. Listen, I don't think you're gonna miss when they're outside because you're gonna enjoy having your space back. Look like divine hydroponics. Carol says your tomatoes are not taking good to hardening off. I took them out twice and their leaves started dropping. Can you give them A and B fertilizer? Yeah, you mean like, yeah, bottom water it. How long are you putting them outside in your weather though, Carol? That's the other thing. It's like how long? Because it's still cold where you are, right? So how long are you sitting them outside in the cold weather? Because tomatoes don't really like to be cold. Or like, are you putting them out on nice days? $3 hours. So and people, a lot of people don't do this, right? A lot of people don't do this. So, but I'm going to tell you what I do. I don't sit my tomatoes out. When I start hardening them off, I do 1 hour the first day and then I bring them in the next day and I put them in a shaded place when I put them out the first day. I don't just put them out there for 3 hours straight. And then the next day I might go for 3 hours, but it's also in a shaded place. So it could be how you're hardening them off, but people in the chat can kind of tell you how they harden off their stuff. Right, and a lot of gardening, you're right, foraging is right timing. Good morning, Big Mama. Hope you're having a good day. Garlic, somebody says garlic is hard to grow. That's relative. It depends on the person. I don't think that garlic is that hard to grow. I just put it out there and wait and see what happens. Yeah, it's like training a puppy. But that's how I harden off. You have some people that don't harden off at all. So that's why I said it's relative. And in cold climates, it's even harder because tomatoes and peppers do not like cold weather. They don't. So what I'm doing here right now is just starting to put the soil. And I don't even know if I have enough of it in this bin right here. But I'm hoping that I do because I don't feel like wetting more soil because I want to take the peppers out first. Your garlic didn't come up, so you're going to plant more? Yeah. You right. Nichols, you kept yours in a shaded place. Mm-hmm. So the first pepper I'm going to take out is this one. Probably should have opened up this towel. So, and I need my labels. So check out this root system here. This is a Lycia pepper. Let me sit it to the side right now. I'm gonna grab me some labels. Yep. I know I have plenty of labels over here somewhere. Here we go. And my garden marker. Here we go. So I want to write on the labels what they are, when I planted them, so on and so forth, so I can kind of keep track. Let's see. Chanel says, I think I'm going to start listening to my gut when it comes down to harvesting instead of waiting for things to get super big, because sometimes I wait and the pests and animals get it before. That's true. I don't always wait. I harvest them. Most of the time I harvest stuff when I need it. You didn't plant garlic over the winter, but if that's the one thing I don't grow, I'm fine with it. It's super cheap to buy. Katrina's homestead, good morning. So yeah, let me write this. My handwriting is horrible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So take this sticker off. I think I could get these roots off clear. Like, I think this sticker is strong. Okay, there we go. And the one thing that I started doing for the pepper plants was I started, thank you CC for dropping all the channels for the moderators. So I think I meant to ask you guys to do it earlier and I forgot. So my bad. Trying to get through some of these roots without harming them. They're kind of like on the thicker side. So see what I mean? Like on the thicker side, they have like a really chunky one in there that's trying to break. But if you break, it'll be all right. This one plant, one big plant, Shelly. And if I have time after I do this, I'm going to go out and probably put some of my basil in the green stalk. And I'm going to trim some of it off because I need to make some garlic basil butter. But I want to trim it in that it will make my basil plant bushier. So I'll show you that you should really cut down by the nodes to make the plant bushier before I put it in my green stalk, so that everybody does their basil properly. So hopefully we get to it toward the end of the stream. Rich is the IT guy. What happened? You have two growing together and you need to separate them. I think I have one that I might have to separate today. I'm going to use my pen to help me push it down like I did the other plants. Wrong side. All right. Push these on down. And I'm okay with putting it in this size pot because these aren't gonna, the link's not working. Whose link is not working? Discord? I'll have, brother, are you in the chat? IT guy, that's why you call him the IT guy? Because the Discord, is it the Discord link not working? Because if he doesn't look at it, I could look at it after the stream. Or are none of the links working? He's probably doing that now because I don't see him. I don't see him chatting, so he probably looking at it. No worries. We'll get it. All right. So yeah, this was one plant. None of them are. Okay. Yep. So this is one plant. What I do with that label? Here it is. Put it where I can kind of see what this is. So pretty healthy plant here. And if I must say so myself, looks way better than what I would buy at a big box store. What you think? And put it down here. And I'll give them some water later. Way better, looks way better than what I would buy at the big box store. Okay. Let me grab this one. Here we go. Check it out. Okay. How do I know when to remove them? I remove them. I would like for this one to have only gotten to be this tall, but honestly, I've been removing them as they get a little bit bigger. I've removed them. It's a great question. When they are the size that I would buy them in a big box store is when it was my indicator. So this is a Bikino yellow. It's supposed to be like one of them little hot peppers. It's going to look like a little tiny circle thing. And this one I put in on 3/8 as well. Put that there. So you harvest while hungry. Yeah, people do that too. So this is the Bikino yellow. This is what size, some people would buy it in the big box store. Or I could have not harvested it, but taken it out a little bit when it was a little bit smaller. I'll show you what size I genuinely like to take it out on. Brother, did you see CC's comment? None of the Streamlab bot links are working this morning. So they calling in Rich from IT. So I'm not removing my kohlrabi, Chanel. That's a great question. I'm not removing the kohlrabi at all. I'm leaving them in because that's an experiment. I'm going to see. And I know that kohlrabi can get big enough in hydroponics because Jacqueline did it. So you see me. Your peppers did terrible? That's not great. So check out these roots and look at this big root right here. It's like chunky. Let me use my thumb and make the hole a little bigger. See, brother, they're not working. But yeah, my kohlrabi, I'm leaving in there. That's an experiment. I want a different pen. I don't want to have to keep wiping off my pen when I use it, or another tool to help get these roots down in there. Instead of using a pen, I'll just use a garden tool. This right here will work. So I'm going to use this to help me get my roots down. Good morning, Herman. Welcome in. You finally caught us live this morning. Herman is a champ. When he can't watch live streams, he goes back and he watches it in comments as he goes, and I appreciate that a lot. So thank you, Herman. Very intuitive. Okay. So yeah, get this pepper down in there, and I'm pushing the soil down around it, getting it on down in there, covering the pot. So remember I had planted what do you call it? I planted some brassicas out in my garden bed. Not garden bed, the enclosure. When I was cleaning it out, you guys were right. Not that I thought you were wrong, but the pods, they don't break down. They stay in your soil. So when I was cleaning it out, I found all of the sponges in the soil. Yes, Herman, I did plant some of the marigold seeds. I'll show you this. I think they're the seeds that are in this seed snail roll, but I'm not sure. So when I was cleaning out my bed, I was able to get out all of the sponges that came down. Okay, so you can't fix it while you're live? Okay, all right. So here's another one. Like I said, looks just like a plant I would have bought from the big box store. And this is the Bikino Yellow. So I'm gonna put this down here. They are so bushy. And the next one, I have several lunchbox peppers. So I'm gonna do a smaller one so I can show something to Shelly. These are kind of smaller, right? Smaller cups for smaller peppers. And I'm putting them in small cups anyway because, like I said, I'm putting them in here to get used to soil before they go outside, and so that I could start hardening them off in soil. Maybe we should, yeah, we should come up with some type of sponge that does that. But I don't really know how it would do in like regular hydroponics if it starts dissolving. But I wish they would dissolve once you put them in soil. No, the sponges are not biodegradable. When I went to clear out my garden, those sponges came right on out and I threw them away. That's why you should not. I'm about to show you me splitting these peppers where it's two of them in one pot. That's what I'm about to show you. Which you've seen me do plenty of times, but they're at a size where I could split them and they should be okay. And a lot of times I feel like they're gonna RIP on me, and then after a day or two they pop up and they're like stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. I'm wondering if some people like trim away their sponges when they before they put them out. I don't, because for me the roots are growing through the sponge, so like I don't care that much to do that. But so Chanel, you just asked what size. How do you know what size? For me, this is my preferable size to take them out. So you notice that this is a smaller pepper here. It's smaller. This is the size that I prefer to take them out, where the roots aren't as big. Check it out. And then what I'm going to do is, because there are two in this one, I haven't looked for one specifically biodegradable, if that's what you're asking. You know what? I need two labels here. The Park Seed claims their sponges are biodegradable. I've never tried it. Maybe somebody should try it and let us all know. So what kind of pepper is these? These are lunchbox. And they were planted on 315. So you notice that the peppers that I just took out were only planted a week earlier than these lunchbox. So that kind of can show you the growth difference. That's right, Chasm. She says they still might be biodegradable. It just may take longer. Maybe. All right. You found sponges after 2 years? Okay, that puts a hole in that theory. How much longer should it possibly take? How much longer should it possibly take? So we're going to see if we can successfully get these two out, although they're very close. So I don't know how much success we would have here, but we can give it a try, right? Get the roots out very clean and clear. So check out these roots. And if you kind of look in the middle, they're kind of close to each other. So I don't know how successful I'm going to be with taking, but I'm going to try it, right? Let's try. Got my little snips here. I'm going to cut right up the middle of this sponge. So one is going to have a bigger root than the other. And there we go. Stop what? There we go. I'm cutting them out. There we go. Got both of them. One has a bigger root than the other, and we're going to see. I'm not going to tear it apart with my fingers because that would have did more damage for me. So you tear yours apart with your fingers? Why? Yeah, it's done now. That's how I just snip it right up the middle. I try to, because, yeah, she says stop. Chanel, I forgot to tell you to look away, didn't I? But you should be used to me doing that by now. So it's still standing. It's going to look a little shade. It's going to look sad later. I'm not going to lie. I already know this is going to look sad later. So it's going to look sad later. Lunchbox. Put that tag in there. I gave you a panic attack. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I am so sorry. She says, stop. I could hear you saying it through the chat. Honestly, I gave you a panic attack. That was not my intention. Be like, Usher, watch this. So, what'd I do with the other label? Oh, here it goes. So I split that. You do that to yours. Jacqueline taught us separate. Okay. You like, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off. Oh, Shelly, you got the feels when Fortune's corn blew over. So this is ideally the size that I would like to transplant them, Chanel. So you see that? All right. And I'm just, I'll show you in a minute where I'm putting them. I'm just putting them in 10-20 trays over on the side. Who knew I grew so many lunchbox peppers? Here's one that I don't have to separate. Hey, Montana, how are you? 315. You know what I don't, oh, I was about to say what I don't like is when I start misplacing things. How are you, Montana? Come on in, everybody. If you're just catching us, make sure you don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new to the stream, feel free to subscribe. Wait, is this 315? Yep. Let's see. It would probably be more cost efficient to use cocoa coir in your net pots and much easier to separate plants. Probably. I'm not a cocoa coir net pot person, but I'll look it up to see what you're talking about. Because this is my first season or whatever growing in hydroponics, I'm going to do it the easiest way possible for me that the instructions say. So that's why I did it this way. So see those roots? Don't have to separate this. It's only one plant, and this is ideally the size that I would like to have them separated. So I'm going to use this tool here. Let me bend you down so you can see why I'm using this tool. So check this out. I'm just going to put this down, use the tool, push it down in there, and then take my gloves here, like I've done in many other videos, and just cover the sponge top and mount it around the stem. And these plants are super duper healthy, so they're standing right up at attention. They may go through a little bit of shock, but I've learned over the years that they will be okay. Hey, Unique, howdy. Let's see, let me see what Katrina said. Let me just move this over. All right, so she says, if the sponge has polymer and plastic in it, it won't break down. Cocoa coir, peat moss, and wood cellulite sponges will decompose. Thank you. You do an amazing job. I wish I could grow like that. Thank you, Herman. I think I said, hey, Unique. There are cocoa sponges, or do you just mean stuff in the basket with cocoa core? I think he means stuff the basket with cocoa core. Um, I can't tell this is your first time growing in hydroponics. Are you doing a great job? Thank you. Depending on the quality of the core, you can add it to your net pots. Okay. That might be something that I look up. I might try it in one system just to see if I could do it right. Because I would like a better cost. This light is actually bothering me too. Sorry, y'all. I might just turn it off during this stream. Yep. I don't know. That's kind of better. So yeah, I might do some research, like an 80s music video. Yeah, this light is bothering me just as much as I don't know if it's bothering y'all, but I know it's bothering me. So let me get my step stool. And just for this stream, I'm gonna just turn the light off. 1 second. Okay. That's better. Okay. You can look it up, but you're not gonna find a lot of information about it because it's not a normal practice. However, it does work. Okay. Do you know if TFP had any videos on it? Yeah. So, Hash, I'm curious as to what you're saying, right? I have one more plant in here. I'm curious as to what you're saying. Um, let's say you use cocoa core. Shelly has a valid point there. How do you get the cocoa core to stay in its place in those? How do you get the cocoa core to stay in the pots? See, that was a good one. Never take away your shine. That's funny. Uh, she does not. Okay. So tell me, how do you get the cocoa core to stay in place? It wouldn't work in her system, but you're saying you think it would work in mine? That's a good one. Cece, you always good for a laugh. That's so funny. Okay, that's so funny. All right, so if you're new here, which I don't think any of you are, my thumb is a perfect fit in here, and that's how I make the holes to put the sponges down in. I think I showed y'all that a lot of different times already, but just in case somebody didn't know, I like the fact that my thumb goes right down in there. All right, so the Anaheim chili peppers. Just has different net pots. Huh, interesting. Okay, so Anaheim chili, March 15th. My marker. Wet the cocoa core and mold it and try it. Chanel, I'm actually very proud of Chanel because she was very apprehensive when we first started trimming stuff and taking stuff out. And so I'm gonna tell you what kind of got me, that made me have a little anxiety. One time I was watching Four Seasons on a video and I saw her roots, and then I just saw her start cutting them. I think I might have either text Chanel or Shelly or somebody and was like, you have got to see what Jacqueline is doing. It made my anxiety go through the roof. Then over time, now I don't trim roots like they do. It but it made my anxiety mess up. Uh okay, Shelly with the big words. Elaborate. I use the fiber, not the pith. Okay. Anaheim chili. I don't unalive everything, brother. I have a lot that's living. If you're in the chat, you think I unalive everything, put a 1 in the chat. There should not be a lot of ones. I only take stuff out that I trim stuff that I don't need, but I don't unalive a lot of things. You're the only one, brother. You are the only one. I don't unalive a lot of stuff. I actually keep a lot of stuff alive. Your cocoa core was buffered, so you're out of your element. I think that this is kind of interesting. So I'm gonna buy some cocoa core. Is there a specific type of cocoa core one should be buying? Because I want to try it. Fighting in the chat. Is there a specific type of cocoa core, like brand or type? Because I do want to try it. How you doing, bird? There's a nice big fat bird outside of my window. Anaheim chili. To be honest, we only see... No, I show you guys everything for the most part. I don't unalive stuff, and if something goes to whatever, I put it on a video, and I tell everybody what died versus what didn't. If your cocoa core already is buffered, then it should work. I would rather use the compressed cocoa core sponges because cocoa core seems messy. Okay. Yeah, it does seem a bit messy, but I'm willing to try it. I'm trying to keep my sponges kind of separate so I know what, not sponges, but my baskets, so I know what baskets go with what system. All right, so we took all the peppers out. The only thing left in here are these 2 chamomiles that I took out of the other hydroponics, and they look like now these, I'll show you, they don't look so hot. They don't like going from one system to the other. So check this out. This one back here, she's not doing too great. And I need to get some covers because I don't think I'm gonna completely take this out, but I am gonna lower this light. That's good. So I gotta get some covers to cover it up. All right. Okay. Thanks for that, Hash. I don't know what's wrong with the baby, but we're gonna give her a chance. I need to find the covers to go over here until I figure out what's going on over there. Put some lids back on her. Do I have lids? They're gonna have to get mismatched lids for now. Is that the only lid for that one? You know what? She's gonna have to share lids from another system. I had 2 lids on this table. Oh, I put them up. All right, here we go. All right, so they're a little mismatched, but that is okay. Now, what I want to do is move all these baskets. So we're done here. We're done up there. Yes. So Nisi, you're like me. I gotta try it at least once to see if it works for me, right? So gotta try it at least once. This is the amount of cups I have left. I think I have some over on the other side. I'll find them as I need them. I don't have too much of this watered down soil left, and I'm okay with using the Pro Mix because I had it left over and I don't have a lot of pots left to fill outside, so it's okay to use the Pro Mix. A lot of people said I probably should use cocoa pour, but the reason why I like the Pro Mix is this Pro Mix already has some nutrient, like it has stuff in it already, so I like it. So, all right. Yeah, you like to try stuff too, because you can only fail one time. I mean, you can fail multiple times, but it's okay. All right, so we're done here. Man, it's dusty over here. I think it's like pollen coming in from outside. All right. 1, 2. There's enough water in there. I need to water that system down there, but I'll do that later. I'm just looking back to see what I got. You like Pro Mix? Yeah, I like the Pro Mix. Yeah, this is my first time ever trying Pro Mix, so I'm gonna try to reposition a little bit. Fourth commercial. Watch those commercials, girl. Oh man. It's not gonna mess up my pump because the Pro Mix would never go in the hydroponics. All right, so let's do this. All right, so this is where we're going next. Now, brother, here's where you say I unalive stuff when I thin them out. And I am going to thin out these tomatoes. So, if you're new here, I prefer, so I did split the pepper plant, but when there's a lot of plants in here in one sponge, I'm going to thin these plants out. I don't need them. Don't want to split plants today. Just not going to do it. Wally World had Pro Mix on sale and you could pick some up. I think you'll like it. You're never going to know if you're going to try things. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Wise elders have been saying that for years. Very good. See, every stream, something is unalived. No, so think of it like this, brother, right? When you thin out your plants and take it down to one, that's helping the other plant that you leave, right? So if you help the other plant that you leave, then that's, I gotta sneeze. Happy Frog is, yeah, I like Happy Frog. I haven't tried it with seed starting. I put it in my green stalk. I hear a lot of people talking about Happy Frog though. So far, I'm happy with the Happy Frog. So far, I'm happy with the Happy Frog. So do a few of these pots before I go in and start taking them out. Yeah, I hear a lot of good things. So I finally, Unique blessed me with a super chat, and we were able to go in and get some Happy Frog from my green stalks. So just fill in some of these. What time am I doing? I can actually do it now before, because it looks like it's misting outside. So yeah, give me 1 second. I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to transplant it to one of the green stalks. But before I transplant it to one of the green stalks, I actually want to prune it. And when I prune it, I'm going to prune it to make it bushier, but so that it grows even more side leaves. And for some of the basil, I did let it go to seed already because I want the pollinators. So yeah, I want to get a few of these plants out of this system first. So the top tier has 22 very strong plants there. I don't have 22 baskets here, but that's okay. So that's 4. And so thank everybody for hanging out with me this morning while I do this, because it gets kind of hard to do everything during the week. So this is what I use my weekends for, generally speaking. And I also like these smaller pots because I know that the plants aren't going to be in there that long. So Katrina says, I like the Happy Frog conditioner. You use it in your soils. from previous garden seasons, but you're not buying dirt. It's working very well. Okay. Nisi, it's $18.99 for 2 cubic feet. At your local co-op, you will go in person for that price. Yeah. Are you talking about the Happy Frog or the Pro Mix? Let me know. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can take 6 out first. Yeah, thinning out also prevents disease because of from airflow. So we're gonna start. Let me move this towel over, keep my floor from wetting up. All right. So check it out. You see there are 2 in here. We're gonna take, in my opinion, the strongest plant, which I think this one here is the strongest, and we're gonna thin out this one. So I'm just gonna clip it down at the bottom, and I could probably save this one actually if I needed it. So this is a Rutgers tomato. Good morning, Mia. What size? I don't know what size these pots are. These are left over from what people gave me, but they're smaller than the 6-inch pots, I think. So if I wanted to, right? If I wanted to, I could save this. So you see like the little hairies on the stem here? I could save it, put this in water or soil, and the little hairy things here, I forgot the name of them, will grow roots, but I don't really need it. So this is a Rutgers tomato. Gonna take it all the way down to the bottom here, clip it off, take the sticker off and put it right in here. And I know for the tomato, all the dates are everything are the same. Take this right out and put it in the pot. Tomato Highlander can only be, let's see. I don't know why this is being stubborn. I want to take it out without really ripping stuff. All right, here we go. So very long root system here for this plant. Stick it down in the pot. Now that's what makes you cry, poor tomatoes. Poor tomatoes. Good morning, One Crafty. Okay, so see that in there? I'm gonna try to push it down a little bit deeper. I didn't even say kind words to it. What would you like for me to say to it, brother? Thank you for your service. All right. So now I'm just going to take it and push the soil around. And bam. Got us a tomato seedling. I need to do the label. He said, say something nice to it. That's what we're going to say. Thank you for your service. You know what I could do? Actually, you guys gave me an idea. This is what I'm going to do. So I ordered these little glass bottles from, I don't know, Amazon, right? Let me put water in this bottle. Now, I tried to send seedlings using tubes, right? But what I could do is, I'm not going to send these out. I could see if I can get them to root. That way, if I run out of tomatoes to put in gardens, guess what? I'll have some extras. So let's see if we can get, now the only problem with this, what I'm about to do, is I'm not going to know which tomato is which, right? So a Rutgers tomato, I think, is an indeterminate. Look at that. I'm going to try to put the little babies in water to see if I can get them to take root just from the stems, and we'll come back and show you guys. So check it out. What if the other one was smaller? But well, we're gonna find out. So Rutgers tomato. It lives, Mia. It's gonna live in that little thing. Y'all give me such a hard time about these plants sometimes, but I love it. You're tickled? I am tickled. See how they're giving me a hard time? We hope that it gets to live. Let's see if it lives. Put this over here. Okay. Um, it lives, not murder. Thank you. So yeah, I got the little things, and these little glasses are really for um, flowers that I clip out of the garden. So that's what those glasses are really meant for. All right. So what I do want to do is I want to put these baskets onto the over on the side because I don't want to mix them in with the baskets from everything else. Okay. So what's next? All right. So this is another Rutgers tomato. So check it out. This one is tiny. I don't think this one's going in the water because it's so tiny it wouldn't even make it all the way down. So, all right, brother, you ready? Thank you for your service. All right. I see the little laughter things because that one was clearly control stress can build. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Give it a little life jacket. You want me to put it? I don't think it'll fit or yeah, I don't think it'll do well in the. You know it's me. Yes, Nichols. All right. So here we go. Move this, put this over on the side. You okay over there, Chanel? I'm trying not to make you freak out too much, honestly. I'm trying to do it fast, but maybe not that one. I'll admit, maybe not that one fast, because my brother keeps telling me that I unalive plants on my stream, and that's not true. Poor Chanel. That gets her every time. She wants all the plants to live. But here's the thing, right? If you let all the plants live, where are you going to put them? I'm having too much fun. I am a little bit. I like to tease you guys sometimes. So that was a Rutgers. I should probably write out a bunch of labels first. Good morning, Keisha H. Actually, I think it's an indeterminate, but because I'm not sure if anybody is on a laptop or Google or something, can you Google Rutgers tomato and tell me greenhouse of terror? Google the Rutgers tomato and tell me if it's a determinate or indeterminate. Okay, so this one we don't have to unalive anything because only one came up in this pot, and this is a Cherokee purple. Really like this one. Good morning, Miss Georgia Peachnut. Welcome in. So like, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. It's determinate. So we know that. Thank you, Gwen. Let me move this over. I'm gonna do an indeterminate thing too. I'm glad I asked because I would have been all wrong about that. So this is a Cherokee purple. I actually want to put this in a bigger container. So I'm gonna sit it over on the side and just, I'm gonna do the Cherokee purple in this one because it's bigger. So you buy mine from Rutgers every year. Um, Gwen, do you have a Rutgers tomato plant already? If not, I could, the little one in a little glass, if If it gets roots, I'll give it to you. I don't have a need for it. Yeah, it's a Rutgers is the school here. And I think that school is what that tomato plant is named after. I could be wrong. Uh, Good morning, Desmond. How are you? Rutgers. Hey, Miss Georgia. Yeah, this plant sale is next weekend. Well, then don't buy a Rutgers. It says indeterminate. Huh. Well, we're gonna figure it out. So Cherokee purple. Okay. One of the Cherokee purple I actually planted for my grandmother as well. Cherokee purple reminds me a lot of the black creme. Very sweet. I'm doing good. Victory Seed says so. Okay. I don't remember where I got these seeds from. The Rutgers tomato seeds were old, so I was very, that's why I overseeded them like that. Yeah, he's in here, I think. I'm pretty sure I saw him come in. I'm right about the Rutgers. Okay. Okay. That y'all so cute. She said, "Oh, I see him now. Hey, baby." Y'all are so cute. All right. So Cherokee purple going into the bigger container here. Look how thick the stem is on that. All right. Gardener problems. Yeah. So here's the thing. So what do you gardeners do when you start running out of space for all this stuff? Do you like overplant your gardens or like what? Because my garden is very small and I can't keep all of these plants. I'm going to give quite a bit of them away, but I can't keep them all. So, like I said, better than you would buy in the big box store. So check it out. Cherokee purple. And they do sell a lot of Cherokee purples in the stores. I wish they had like a plant sale around here. I'd be in business. You hear me? If I had like a plant sale. You just walked outside and it's cold now with the blow. Yeah, it is cold. You keep telling me to give away, so I've been trying. Okay. You just stop planting, have plant sales and seed stops. So for you, CC, it's a lot easier because y'all have a lot of that down there. We don't. Okay. So I was wrong. The classic Rutgers tomato is primarily considered a determinate 3 to 5 feet in height. Yeah. So at our big box store here, the with the orange label, they do. I've seen the Cherokee purple in there a few times. All right. Okay. What is this? Okay. So I think I got these seeds from Homestead Heart, the golden nugget tomatoes. Can somebody tell me if this is determinate or indeterminate? I'm pretty sure it's indeterminate. And what I'm going to do here is because both of these plants look very, very, very strong. Check it out, both of them. I'm going to cut this one off. I'm going to keep this one because the stem is very, very much stronger. But for this one, I'm going to put it in another water bottle. Let me find another one. See if we can get them. I'll use this one. This is another one. Check it out. Oh, she says, what did you say, Miss Peanut? We're going to go down to the 30 in the next 2 days. Am I giving them away? Yeah. You can send them to me. I have plenty of room. I will pay you for them. Miss Peanut, we'll talk. If I can figure out how to ship them. Very sweet and very delicious. Okay, so this is a golden nugget. Can somebody tell me if this is I think it's indeterminate. So golden nugget from Homestead Heart. Golden nugget. Gold nugget, I think. Yeah, gold nugget. I'm going to put water in this bottle and stick that plant in there. So I'm going to have an indeterminate bottle, and eventually I will probably put them in bigger bottles, but this is just what's in front of me. Bobby, have I seen you here before? Welcome in, Bobby. Come on in, hit the subscribe. Jersey, yes, Jersey. We're in Jersey. Golden nugget. So the only problem with sending them is golden nugget is a dwarf determinant. Okay. I'm so confused. How about this? I'm gonna put this one in an indeterminate water bottle. But the problem is because I'm putting all the determinate and indeterminate. Okay, you ready? Thank you for your service. I'm actually cutting it closer down to the sponge here. All right, so I snipped this one out. Gonna put it in some water. I'm gonna take these bottom ones off so that it could fit in the water properly. And you see the little fuzzies on here? These should take root. All right, so this is gonna be, it looks sad. This is gonna be the indeterminate one because it looks like it should be indeterminate. Blackbird, okay, sounds good. And then I'm gonna put this in a pot. All right, if I can get it. I'm trying to take my time with these and not cut these or rip these roots off. Although I'm gonna go back and also look at these seed packets to say whether it's indeterminate or determinate too. And then I'll probably go back and rewatch this stream and label these because I think, here we go. So here we go. Gonna stick this right down in this pot. Herman, I don't have a lot of bottles here, so no. Trying to straighten this one up. And then also, probably what I'm going to do is after the stream, bottom water all these because they're so used to. All right, so that's my art says gold nugget tomatoes are primarily classified as determinate or compact semi-determinate bush plants that grow to a small manageable size, typically 2 to 3 feet tall. Okay. Gold nugget. But the lesson for that is, I think I'll put like a D or an I on the tomatoes going forward. Yeah, I'm going to put multiple ones in the bottles. So, all right, so gold nugget. I kind of put this on oh, it won't stick anymore. Whatever. All right, what's next? I'm getting these out at a great time because now the roots are starting to intermingle with each other. Hey, Miss T. So this is a Roma. I know this is an indeterminate tomato, but both of them look healthy. I'm going to save one of them. Yeah, I'm gonna put a D or I going for it. I know the Roma is a determinant, so I'm gonna keep this one, bigger stem, but I'm gonna put this one in the water. So thank you for your service. I'm not gonna unalive you. I'm just gonna cut you down at the base here. All right, so we got that one. And hopefully all of these eventually get roots on them. I'm cutting off the starter leaves for the most part. And stick that down in there. So check it out. We're trying to save them here. Trying to save them. Make sure you come in and hit that thumbs up, everybody. So what does that say? Roma. So I know one of the Romas are going inside of my actual garden bed, the raised bed. So that is where this one will go. And I just like that they look super Foxy Brown. Good morning. I like that they look super healthy. Because like I said, it's nothing like growing your own tomatoes and not having to go to the you so I like not having to go to the store and spend $5 a plant, $5 or more a plant. I don't know about you guys, but it saved me a lot of money. How many of you guys have been saving your stuff from hydroponics? You have plenty of cabbage and broccoli. Don't know the difference after you up potted them, so you label. Okay. All right, CC. So yeah, this root is tangled up at the bottom. Trying to untangle it. I'm gonna lose part of this root. I already know. But they'll be fine. They're gonna go through a little bit of shock. Yeah. With broccoli and cabbages, you're definitely gonna notice the difference. They grow a little bit differently. I actually have a broccoli that I can kind of show you. All right, here we go. I'm gonna save this to go into my compost. So Roma tomato is going in. And it's so funny, I don't know why it smells like this, but the roots on these tomato plants, for me, kind of smell like cucumbers a little bit. I need like a towel. You root planted 30? Listen, I'm taking out of the 66 pod planter. Unique, this is I think what I didn't take into account when I started the hydroponics in that 66 pod was all the transplanting I was going to have to do. Now yesterday I took a plant directly the uh from the hydroponics and I put it right outside. Um and then I wet it really good. So I'm actually thinking for some of these plants, maybe not today because it's going to get cold, but if it wasn't going to get cold outside, I would put them directly outside because I'm going to run out of space on the inside. Definitely going to run out of space on the inside. So I'm just trying to move these plants around a little bit. And the 1020 tray is halfway there. I say Keisha H is telling, I actually have trouble determining my cabbage from collard seedlings. So cabbage from collards is a little bit different. Last year I planted, so Maddie, good morning, Maddie Yazzie. I think I said your name right. If I didn't, I apologize. Last year I planted an heirloom tomato plant in a 4 or 5 gallon pot and it came out as cherry tomatoes. If you had put them in a pot or ground, would they grow bigger in a bigger pot? So you're saying was it a heirloom cherry plant though? That's the thing. Or was it supposed to be like an heirloom like regular tomato plant? But normally, generally speaking, if you plant stuff in the ground, they come out bigger anyway. Uh, Take this one out. Another Rutgers tomato. I have a lot of Rutgers tomatoes. I did not know I did that. All right, I'm gonna snip this. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna snip this one. There's not too much of a difference, so yeah. My mic sounds far away. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give some away. Some of them I know where they're going because I planted them for people. I'll check it out. Hold on. How's that? Okay. Is that better? I gotta put my magnet somewhere. I don't know. YT is doing some funny things with people because I definitely did not end my stream. Still here. All right. All right. Yeah, I can see you shaking your head, Unique. Check it out. Put it over here with the other one. Thank you for your service. All right. Okay, Keisha, thank you. What was I gonna say? So I'm gonna call you Yazzie because that seems like it's easier for me. I think that the bigger the pot, the better the root system, the bigger the fruit. So that's what I think. Anybody in the chat can tell me if they think any differently. Mine doesn't sound connected now. Huh. Let me turn it off and turn it back on. 1 second. Good morning. How are you? So let me put it back on. I think it does matter where you cut the tomato plant. So, have you guys ever pruned suckers on your tomato plant and just put them in water? As long as they have a good enough, I don't know the technical name for it. I'm not a very technical person, but you can cut tomatoes almost almost anywhere and make clones of the tomato plants that you have. So this technically isn't making a clone of the plant because these came from their own seeds. I overseeded some of these pods, like I put more than one seed in. So these aren't clones, but like let's say you have a tomato plant and you take a cutting from it, that's cloning the plant that you currently have already. What did I say that was? Rutgers. So I don't know if that makes any sense. But you can either put it in water or you can put it in a soil medium and the stem of it should put out roots. Okay, yeah, propagation. So it doesn't matter where you cut the tomato plant. Okay, I read that one. You grow in smaller containers. They get super big, but you also do more maintenance like watering and fertilizing them often. Yeah. So Rutgers here. So some of these not tomato, but some of the pepper plants I'm going to show you look very sad already. And I'm going to add some water to the bottom. If you want a fruit clone, the suckers, not the leaves. There you go. What I'm also going to do is go ahead and add water to the bottom of the tray over here. I'm going to go ahead and add water to the bottom. so that while I'm doing this, it could go ahead and be taking up water from the bottom. So this is essentially called bottom watering because because they're moving from hydroponics to soil. I bottom water to keep them in a moist environment over there. I'll take you in a little closer. Like for example, the pepper plants that we did first. Let me show you the pepper plants that we did first. One of them is already very sad. Why won't this work? Okay, so you can see back there. Wait a minute, let me move this so you can see it. And I'm certain that this is the lunchbox that we split. You see, she's very sad right now. And I'm pretty certain that she will come back up within a day or so. So this is what she's looking like right now. But she'll come back up. So very, very sad pepper plant over there. It's going to take her a couple days to come back to being okay. All right. So welcome into the stream yet. All right, this is taking a lot longer than I expected it to take. I'm gonna be out here even after the stream all day up potting. But I'm glad that I had you guys to hang out for the most part with doing all of this. This is a lot. And I need to go find my other pots and make more soil. You probably would have been worried if you saw them drop like that. Yeah, that happened to me. The first time that happened to me, I had to call somebody and was like, I think I sent it to Gloria, and she was like, no, just give it a couple days and it's gonna be fine. And a couple days, and the pepper stood right back up. How you doing, Jamia? Why do I have water in the bottom? Because I want the soil to suck up the water and keep it super moist while I'm up potting, and I wanted to stay in a very moist medium. I've done it before and that's what worked, and so I'm going to keep doing what works. So everybody does different things that works for them, so that's why I do it. So taking things straight from water to soil, your soil needs to be as moist as possible. So that's why I'm bottom watering so that the plants can take water up from the bottom. And when you water from the top, sometimes it splashes, and I don't want any of the soil splash onto the new seedlings seeds. Yeah, so that's why I do it, to answer your question. This one is a Ace 55. Okay. Is an Ace 55 if you have Google open. D May tell me this is the only one in here, so I have no issues. We don't have to thin out anything here. So Ace 55, I'll look it up actually. I don't need to know if it's a determinant or not because it's just one plant. I don't have to trim this one at all. I do need to figure out what it is so I can figure out if it's going in my garden. Yeah, this one actually I think is going in a client's garden because I wrote her initials on it when I did it. So Ace 55, and I'm gonna put her initials back on it so that I know whose garden it's going to. You made a mistake. You're growing sun gold tomatoes, not gold nuggets. The sun golds are indeterminate. No problem. I was gonna look it up anyway. But in water they have oxygen. Soil without perlite does not prefer. Well, here's the thing. If I've done something and it's worked, I understand the science behind it. But if I do something and it works, I'm gonna keep doing it because it's gonna keep working. So the science, like, yeah, and it's not gonna be in water for long. Most of these plants are going outside in a week or two because I'm probably gonna start hardening off probably around Thursday. So what did I say this was? Ace 55. And this is going to TG, which is Trina. All right. So that's why I say on my live streams, for a lot of people, you have to do what works for you. And sometimes people overthink it. That's how I feel. When people overthink things, it makes it sometimes a lot harder to enjoy gardening overall. So when it stops working, then I'll do more research as to what to do to make it work. So that's why I bottom water, because I want them to go back into a very moist environment as much as possible, right? So yeah, grab some more soil here. I'm gonna mount this one really good because it's kind of big. And a lot of these, like, I want to say, my grandmother calls it like a lot of old school methods. Um, they work. So Ace 55. She's big, well, tall. So, and I could tell where she was in the hydroponics because she's kind of leaning a little bit. She was like bending to get to the light. Good morning. Where are you? I'm from Arizona. I am New Jersey 6B 7A zone. What about you, Yazzie? The bottom watering helps the root growth on seedlings too, which is great for when they go into their less watery forever home. Exactly. That's why I do it. So like I said, for people who are doing outside gardening, you're not going to keep them in water forever. It's just temporary to help them adjust until you get them outside. All right. Fill up some more of these cups. Man, I'm going to be here forever today. So, and I need to find more of these cups. So what kind of tomatoes or what kind of plants are you growing this season? For those of you that are growing, what name some of the varieties that you had, and tell me if you're growing mainly determinate or indeterminate. Let's hear in the chat what all you guys are growing. Um, you're in between zones 7 and 6 or 8. Yeah, that's a big margin there. Tell us what you're growing, what type of tomatoes, like what type of tomatoes do you like? Yeah, you like all varieties. Do you like, which are your favorite? Are your favorite like cherry tomatoes, or do you like the slicer tomatoes? So let's see, the Nichols is growing beefsteak, pear, and better boys. The list is too long. Well, apparently my list is very long too, as you see me pull these out of the systems here. Let's see. I'm gonna take another one. Okay. Out. This is a brandy wine. We also did one of these. Let's see, just two tomatoes, honeycomb indeterminate and Roma determinate. You like tomatoes and you put them in salads and tacos. Pretty cool. Sweet 100s, green zebras, Cherokee purple. Hey, Hep. Oh, what did I say? Brandy wine. So I gotta remember. Brandy wine. Beefsteak slicer, Roma, and cherry. Okay. Sugar, Sun Gold, Better Boy. Sun Gold is one of my favorites. You keep saying that. Let me get out of this bed and get my almost always so much to do. Your brandy wine last year was so large. I'm hoping mine gets large. So this is brandy wine. Okay. You've had acid reflux before, so you enjoy tomatoes, but you made a remedy that has, wow. Yeah, tomatoes can cause acid reflux. Starting to get a little windy outside. Mostly determinate and dwarfs, but also 8 indeterminate. Prefer slices, paste, and large cherry. I'm growing a cherry tomato. I'll get to it pretty soon. I'm growing a cherry tomato that I've never grown. So I'm not growing the sun golds this year, although that's usually been my staple. I'm gonna try a different type of cherry tomato just to see what I like the most. I'm growing like, I think like a purple cherry tomato. So hopefully I like it. You're growing sweet ices, sweet cherry, Roma, and Amish paste. Going all three varieties of determinate tomatoes, one paste tomato, one slicer, one cherry. Don't remember the names. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna have to push that down in there even more. I'm gonna have to add soil here. I'm choosing to do all determinate types of tomatoes this year. Amish paste, Tiny Tim, Geranium Chris, Goliath. Oh, and you have a few sun gold. Yeah, sun golds are my favorite. I just don't have any this year. You put your indeterminate in your grain stock. Not sure if that was smart. I wouldn't put an indeterminate in a grain stock just because of how indeterminates vine out. Yeah, she probably knows the answer. Because they vine out so much, I don't do it. So brandy wine. Like that's a hard no for me. But I do have a section of the garden that's gonna have all indeterminate tomatoes. Gonna mix in the cherry with the others. So let's see. What else do I have here that's pretty big? Oh, I didn't do one of these before. Okay, so I have, all right, you Googlers out there, these, both of them look pretty much the same in terms of health. Yellow gooseberry. Yellow gooseberry. I don't know if this is determinate or indeterminate, but I'm going to have to figure it out. I think it's a cherry tomato too. Yellow gooseberry. So somebody tell me, is this a cherry tomato or not? You know, I'm gonna have to look through all my seed packets because this is actually, I didn't know it was gonna be like this when I started taking them out. So yellow gooseberry, I'm gonna put it in one of these trays here. Maybe Mary Marglo beefsteak, new big dwarf San Marzano script determinate. Indeterminate can get 10 feet tall in the soil. That's true. You try to do a mix of determinate and indeterminate tomatoes. Yeah, my determinate tomatoes are going to go in my raised bed. The indeterminate tomatoes are going to go against my white trellises in the backyard. So, yeah, I could figure out. Let's see. I grow indeterminate on a string trellis. By the end of the season, the stem can reach about 20 to 30 feet long. That's pretty big. All right, here we go. Take the starter leaf off, and I'm going to drop it over here with the aromas. Hash, do you have, I think I know the answer to this. Do you have any videos of your garden stuff? I don't think you do. But correct me if I'm wrong. I'd like to check it out. Or any pictures. The wind is blowing crazy. You can't hear it, but I can hear it. It's like messing with the gate over here. Okay. All right. So let me stand her straight up. Put her down in the soil. I'm gonna actually add indeterminate Brad's Atomic. I heard great things about the Brad's Atomic Grape. Have you had it before, Unique? Brad's Atomic Grape. Paul Robeson, I heard about the Paul Amish paste. The wind blow your plants over this morning. Yeah, my plants are, I haven't checked on them, the ones that are in the front, but I can only imagine what they look like because I planted some flowers out last week. So we'll see. What else we got? Oh man, so many. aroma. Cherokee purple, Cherokee purple. There's some okra in here. I'm gonna leave the dwarf tomatoes in here. More Rutgers tomatoes. Let's start pulling out of this row. I don't know why I have so many Roma tomatoes. This is a Roma. It got pretty big. I don't know which one to keep. They're both very healthy. I think I'm gonna keep this one and put this one in the water. Mia says you're expecting snow today. Where? That is black. That's diabolical. Oh wait, I didn't put this tag in to the yellow gooseberry. I hope that's the right one. We're gonna find out. I have so many to. I'm gonna keep both. I'm not putting them in the same thing. I'm gonna take one off. Okay, I'm gonna trim it down to the, and then I'm gonna put it in water. I'm over in water. This one's filling up pretty good. All these tomatoes should take root. Let's see. I put out your indeterminate in the yard. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, stuff blowing around. Oh, the trees are affecting your internet a bit. Yikes. Yeah, it feels cold outside. I went outside earlier. It was kind of chilly. So like I ended up in a t-shirt yesterday, but then I quickly had to revert back to my sweatshirt. Hash, they want to know how you lower your string trellis for your tomatoes with tomato clips on a string. I think I saw there's another gardener that I kind of follow. I saw how he did his clips too. So I'm just stacking the soil around this one because the roots came all the way up. Ash says with taking your stuff from water to soil, it actually needs to be drier. Not true. You want to mimic what they're used to prevent transplant shock, and then you slowly wean them to just being in soil. Aroma. All right, I'm running out of space in that one. Yeah, James Prigioni. Yes, thank you, Unique. I couldn't think of his name off the top of my head, but I know that he does it. I think he's also from Jersey. Also from Jersey. So Keisha, right, Foxy? Yesterday was 90s. Now it's today's 70s, but only 53 outside right now, and you are in North Carolina. Yeah. Yeah, coming to you live from Jersey. Yeah, that's what he says. Coming to you live from Jersey. He says that a lot. Uh, so some of these I think can stay a little while longer or not. I'm gonna take the biggest ones out. What is this right here? Then we have another Rutgers. Rutgers. There are two of them here. I'm gonna have to write another tag. I'm gonna put these. We say it the same way. Yeah, I when the not the world well when the world was a little bit shut down, I watched a lot of him. I watched a lot of him on YouTube. Yeah, R.I.P. Tuck. That was devastating to hear that his dog had passed away. I watched a lot of him. Gary, and Callie Kim. That's what I did during. But yeah, I learned a lot of good tips from them. So Rutgers, another Rutgers, a lot of Rutgers tomatoes here. Yeah, you follow him too? Yep. So I think in May, you guys will see me. I have a sit down with Gary on the podcast, so look forward to that. So, yes, Gary is so knowledgeable that even if you email him, he replies in a pretty decent timing. I ran out of soil that I did this morning, so it might be almost quitting time for this, so I can soak some more soil. But you guys were amazing. So, yeah, let me get these last few in. Then I got to check out my space and how much I have left to really put stuff, like where I have space to put things. So I did bring some things inside yesterday. Got a little chilly last night. And like I said earlier in the stream, I worked entirely too hard to get these seedlings to just put them outside and let them die. So yeah, I did bring some seeds in against my wishes, but I did. And yeah, trying to get this root untangled so I could take it out. What I say this was? Aroma, I believe. Do I buy your soil or make compost? Um, I don't buy, so I buy potting soil, and then what I do is I try not to, if I have new pots, so for example, I had to buy potting soil this season only because um, I have new green stalks. But normally what I do, and I think I have a video where I showed it, I will pour all my soil out at the beginning of a gardening season, and I will mix in things like bloodworm, worm castings, bone meal, and things like that. And then I will essentially make my potting soil be better, and then I'll refresh it and put it back in the pots. Now this season I had to buy potting soil simply because I have new green stalks, so I needed to, you know, fill up all those pots because I didn't have enough here. As far as my soil outside, I don't buy soil for my garden beds. I had to buy soil for the raised bed, of course, but I just top them off with compost every season. I'm gonna try to start composting on my own so I don't have to buy as much. But for now, what I use, and I'm not telling you to go out and buy this, is I top my garden beds with Black House compost. So I hope that answers your question, Rutgers. So we have a lot that have been taken down from, so we have a lot taken down. So I'll show you. Yeah, Gary at the Rustic Garden. So I think at the end of May is when his podcast episode will post. But we did do a sit down with Gary, and he's amazing. He did agree to come back on. So you'll see what they look like. They're going to look a little sad for a little bit. And this is what they look like. This is how far we got, right? So this is how far we got. And what I'm going to do for the remainder of the stream is kind of reposition some things. So you'll see here, this is kind of smaller. So I'm going to move it in. This one is an okra plant. Oh, wow. I didn't expect those roots to be looking like that. So I'm going to put this. I should have put it on the edge, but I'll move it. This is also an okra. I'm going to put it where it gets mainly light here. Going to move this to the middle. Going to move this to the outside because this is one of the ones that is going to get potted up today eventually. Get in there, roots. I don't know why the roots are. Get in there. I need both my hands for this. You know what? Let me try this. Unique. It's so funny that you're saying yay okra. Oh wait. Yay okra because Unique. Some of those okra in there are ones that you sent me. So fix the roots on this one. I'm gonna put this one here because it's gonna come out soon. I'm probably, you know what, I'm gonna move this okra back over here. I'm gonna take this one out soon too. Yep, so this one unique. This okra is one that you gave me. All right. Stuff that I know I'm gonna take out, I'm gonna put toward the front. And the reason why I'm moving stuff around is because I'm gonna take stuff from the second tier and put it on the first tier because I like for things to be more eye level. When I come out, I can see what's growing. Move this to the middle. All right, move this to the front. Is this gonna come out today? All right, so I think we're good. Now what I'm gonna do is on this level here. Wow, what's happening here? So this is a ground cherry that is out of control. See, it popped the sticker off. I'm gonna leave it just like how it is. Put the ground cherry up top. And these are gonna get transplanted out pretty soon too. I actually might transplant the ground cherry directly outside. My mic is low. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day is pretty much hang out here and move stuff around. Um, I'm gonna move stuff around. I didn't even realize I've reached my 2 hours. But you know what? Before we go, just because Shelly asked, ouch. Let me just grab something. We're gonna end it, but I do need to do this before I end the streets. So let me show you guys something really quick, right? So I did let this basil plant kind of go to seed a little bit. So check it out. This is my basil plant. And if we look down in here, I don't know if you can kind of see it, but I kind of, no, it's not your hearing. It's probably this mic. But where are my snips? So I top off my basil plants. You missed a whole lot. Yeah, I top off my basil plants all the time. But what I'm gonna do is kind of like top this one, and it's gonna make it bushier. So down in the middle here, I had already trimmed it. Let me put it down. I had already trimmed in the middle of this a few months ago, and you see it made it bushier. So I need to trim off more because today I'm gonna make some basil garlic butter. And what I like to do is I like for it to come back bushier. So let me show you a little deep down in there. So you'll see like the little nodes and things like that. I'm gonna trim it in between the nodes here. I don't know, in here. And what'll happen is they'll grow back bushier. So I'm gonna take the snip here. It's gonna grow back bushier. And I'm just gonna cut off enough for me to make one thing of basil butter. So yeah, I've been going strong with this one basil plant all winter long. I'm gonna take this one down so you can see where I'm snipping at. I'm gonna take this one down here in between two leaf nodes so it can come out bushier. So that's that. And I think I can even take this one here. Yeah, it's huge in such a little container. This has been outside for months. Take it here. And that should be, I'm gonna do one more. See, in here, take it here. And what it'll do is it'll grow out bushier. I really trimmed it this morning just because I want to make something with it. So yeah, and it's all gonna grow back beautiful, right? So thank you everybody for hanging out with me and chatting with me while I transplanted a lot of my seedlings from this hydroponic system. I have a lot, and because of you guys, I'm still gonna seed some stuff. I may send some stuff in the mail. Maybe going forward, I'll start doing giveaways for these seedlings because they are going to grow big, and I'm gonna have too many of them here, and I'm gonna have to do some giveaways. So make sure you stay tuned. Next weekend, I won't be live on Saturday. I will be live on Sunday, I think. You'll see a notification on my channel. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Make sure you check out all of the content
for this week. So there will be an episode dropping on Monday and one dropping on Thursday. My April update is coming out tomorrow. I had a seed mail that's going to drop later today. And for those of you that were asking about my brother's tomato plant, I think he must have dropped something this morning or maybe a couple minutes ago. So go through and check him out as well. And bye, everybody. Peace out. Have a great day on purpose. Garden, do something. I know it's a little chilly outside for most of us, but hey, you can garden on the inside too, which is what we did today. Okay? Peace out, everybody.